especially signing Donaldson. It's a huge upgrade at defense, especially. Not even considering the offense, but defensively, I think he's going to be a huge upgrade. He's going to help Polanco at short. Moving Sano to first is a big deal. Garver all year behind the plate. And the outfield. I mean, Kepler in right, Rosario in left, Buxton in center. So Jake Cave can fill in. We're fine out there.
Yeah, welcome to another episode of Too Much Pod Tower as we continue the 30 teams and 30 pods series with the Twins. And Johnny Black is back for another pod. He was just on the last one we did for the A's with Andrew Kohler. So he's back again for the Twins. Obviously, he's a Twins fan, as we talked about a little bit before. So let's get it right into it. Last year they had 100 wins, so definitely I think they have a chance of repeating that, getting maybe even if they don't get 100 wins, they'll get like 98, 99. So, but the one kicker for them is just got to not run into the Yankees. So,
yeah, that's pretty much what it comes down to for a playoff. We don't have to run into you guys. We got Odorizzi back. He accepted the qualifying offer. Barrios is still there. Pineda, he's suspended for the first 38 games, but he'll be back. Rich Hill, who's banged up, he's not coming back till probably June. We signed home Bailey. Guys like Gratterall, Fernando Romero, a couple guys that can step as far as the starting rotation goes. So they'll fill it in. Bullpen was solid last year. It'll be solid again. Yeah. Obviously, hitting. Signing Donaldson was huge. Definitely. Not just for the bat, but especially for the defense. I mean, he's an excellent. He had 15 DRS last year. Way better than what Sano was at third base. I think he's going to make Polanco better at short. We get a full season out of Buxton in center field, who's one of the best defensive center fielders in the league. Kepler stepped up defensively and offensively in right field. I think I don't see the Twins doing anything much different than last year, to be honest. They're pretty much the same caliber of a team, even though they switched a couple pieces around. But I think they're still the same caliber. I still think they can definitely win 95 games.
Yeah, I agree with that. They're definitely. I think they're probably hit even more home runs than last year because just adding Donaldson gets more like that kid. That's another 30+ home run guy. So you got Donaldson, Cruz, Kepler even hit some home runs. Garver. So and then obviously Sano hits some. He's got the power. So definitely see them even getting more home runs.
Yeah, Garver's an interesting case. I mean, because he can always hit. He got his first, I'll call it a full season. He played like 100 games, but he's basically the starting catcher now. Castro gone, and they brought in Alex Avila, but Alex Avila is basically the backup. They're giving Garver the keys to the catcher spot. He had 31 home runs last year. Yeah. I don't know if he's going to do that. He's always hitting the minor leagues. I mean, obviously the power came up last year, but his defense is what has been impressive as far as his progression goes. So I think Garver definitely catching like 120 games this year is in the cards. I don't know about the power. I think it may take a little step back, but catching 120 games and maybe playing here and there another 10, getting in there, I can still see him in 25 to 30. Mm-hmm. But at least if he keeps his defense progressing, I think it'll be solid. Moving Sano over to first base, I think is big.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Third. It'd be interesting to see what the Twins do with Rosario. Rosario's on his last year of his contract. He's in left field. He's not a great defensive player.
No.
He's kind of a home run or nothing guy type also.
Yeah.
We have Alex Kirilloff coming up this year. I'll be interested to see if the Twins make a move either before the season or early in the season, packaging Rosario and a couple prospects because we have a deep farm system.
Yeah.
And I'd be interested to see if they package Rosario and some minor league guys either before the season or the trade deadline to get another starter going into the playoffs. Because, like I said, we have Barrios, we have Odorizzi. We'll get Pineda back with Rich Hill.
Mm-hmm.
But to get that one ace, to get that guy, and I'm trying to think off the top of my head who might be available. But someone like Clevenger,
yeah.
You know, I saw a trade the other day, and it was kind of intriguing. And they were talking about the Twins in Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
And Cleveland was giving up Lindor and Clevenger. And the Twins were giving up Johan Duran, who's a minor league pitcher, who's one of the top prospects.
Yeah.
Royce Lewis, who was one of the top prospects in baseball.
Mm.
Jorge Polanco, and Trevor Larnach, who's basically the Twins' like third or fourth prospect, for Lindor and Clevenger. So 2 years of Lindor and 3 years of Clevenger.
Yeah, damn.
I actually wouldn't be opposed to that.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, I'd hate to give up Lewis, but if they could replace Lewis with, say, Gratterall or anyone else other than Kirilloff, I'd be great with that trade. I mean, if you put Lindor and Clevenger on the Twins right now, I mean, you have Lindor and Donaldson on the left side of the infield, and Clevenger with Barrios and Odorizzi. I mean, that's a playoff team right there.
Yeah, that would be solid.
So I don't know. I mean, I saw that trade on Twitter the other day, and I kind of liked it. I wish it would, I wouldn't mind that coming to fruition, but you also don't know. It's just something,
right?
Something out there.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other pitchers that could be on the market, like Clevenger probably will be, but maybe it won't be. I don't know. It depends on what the Indians do. Like with Lindor, if they trade Lindor, they're probably gonna end up trading pretty much just trading everybody at that point.
Like a David Price. I mean, Red Sox gonna trade Betts and Price together, or it's looking like Betts is going to the Dodgers.
Yeah.
From what everything's looking like, but is it Betts and Price? Or is it just Betts for, say, like Verdugo and May and like another minor leaguer?
Right.
Or, I'd have no problem with the Twins getting Price. Mm-hmm. It all comes down to, no pun intended, price.
Yeah.
Who pays the money for that contract? You know what I mean? The Red Sox are looking to dump contract, obviously. They're paying Price, I think it's, $33 million a year. I mean, who's going to pay for that?
Right.
Now, the more the Twins pay, the less they have to give up prospects. So I think that would be something that would be a negotiation if we're looking at Price. I would have no problem with the Twins signing getting Betts and Price. Depends on what they have to give up.
Mm-hmm.
Because having Betts come over, I mean,
God.
But and you don't know if you're going to sign him, and the Twins don't spend that money.
Oh.
Betts is getting $30 million a year, easy.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's worth it, but as far as Price on his own, I'd like to trade for Price because I wanted the Twins to sign Wheeler. He was one of the guys that I really wanted them to bring there. But Wheeler chose his wife's family down by Philadelphia area, so I understand it. It was more about that than it was about the money. And the Twins weren't going to offer more than 110. It wasn't happening. So I get it. But I'm happy with the Rich Hill, Homer Bailey signings. Bailey's fine as a fourth or fifth starter. Hill, when he comes back, and we have Pineda coming back too. And we also have the young guys, with Gonsalves and Fernando Romero and Gratterall. So, I think we're good as far as depth goes. And our like I said before, our bullpen was solid last year with Hildenberger, Taylor Rogers, all those guys. I think we're good with the pitching. Down the stretch, getting that ace.
Yeah.
That might be key for a short series. But as of right now, I still think the Twins, not trying to be too much of a homer, but I still think the Twins are the best team in the AL Central overall.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I think they're taking like a slight step back this year, but I think they'll still win the division, like with maybe more like 97 wins, but then the Indians end up finishing with like 95 or something like that, I think.
Yeah. And the White Sox have gotten better.
Yeah.
Grandal is a big key for them. He's going to be great for them, too, because he's so good at framing and working with a young pitching staff. The White Sox will be better. The Tigers and the Royals are rebuilding.
Yeah.
The Baltimore are they're not coming close. But White Sox will step up. I've seen a lot of people saying the White Sox are going to 90 games this year. I don't think this is their year. I think they're a year away. They're a step behind the Padres. The Padres I can see winning 90 games. The White Sox, I think, if they finish 500, I think it's a success.
Yeah.
So I just don't see Eloy Jimenez taking that step forward. Moncada could take another step forward. But, can Giolito repeat what he did last year? You have Ronaldo Lopez, Dylan Cease in a full season. What can he do? They brought in Keuchel, which will help. As far as innings eating, Grandal is a great addition to them. I just don't know about the White Sox. I think they're a good team, but I think their ceiling is probably 85 wins. I think is their ceiling at this point, because I still think the Indians are a better team overall. Their pitching staff is sick.
Oh yeah.
Even without Kluber and without Bauer, I still think they have one of the best starting staffs in the major leagues.
Yeah, definitely.
With Clevenger, Bieber, I don't know. They got Brad Hands at the back of the bullpen. The Indians are still solid. And until they trade these guys, until they get rid of Lindor, I just see them as still being solid. But I'd see the Twins winning the division with, say, 96 wins. I see the Indians finish maybe 92.
Yeah.
The White Sox at maybe 85. And then the Tigers, Royals at the back end.
What are you talking about? The Tigers are winning the division.
Yeah.
Nick said that.
Yep. That's it. Book it.
Plus 10,000.
Wow.
Or something like that. I don't know exactly, but.
Oh, yeah, it's ridiculous odds.
Yeah.
Hey, throw $5 on it. What the hell? You never know.
Yeah.
You really never know.
All of a sudden, the rest of the division just implodes.
Hey, you know what? Let's put it this way. Nelson Cruz shows his age, gets hurt, goes down. The guy's 58 years old. Polanco takes a step back. Donaldson gets hurt again. The pitching staff, implodes. Same thing with the Indians. They traded Lindor and Clevenger away. They're rebuilding.
Yeah.
The White Sox young guys don't turn out. Moncada and Jimenez are horrible. Abreu gets hurt. He's 33 years old. And the Tigers all of a sudden have Miguel Cabrera has a resurgence.
It was no round.
It's 30 home runs. Matt Boyd wins with Cy Young. I mean, hey, you never know, man.
Yeah. And the Mariners were in the AL West too.
Yeah. And the Orioles in the AL East.
Yeah.
There you go. Could you imagine?
Oh my God.
Orioles, Mariners, and Tigers in the playoffs.
You never know. Everybody starts at 0-0.
Well, it's funny because someone said on Twitter, the last time the Chiefs won the Super Bowl that year, the Orioles won the World Series. So, hey,
Right, it's funny that there was another one that was I think actually the Tigers Twitter actually tweeted out, it's we drafted him first. He was originally drafted by the Tigers back whatever, I forget what year, but I think it was 2013.
Who's that?
Mahomes. Oh yeah, Mahomes. Because he was.
That's right.
I think was it right out of high school or was it? I think so.
Yeah. Well, he was a baseball player like his dad.
Yeah.
He was a pitcher. So I was rooting for them. His dad was a pitcher for the Twins, Pat Mahomes. So, that's when he was born. When Pat Mahomes was pitching for the Twins.
Oh, yeah.
They had the picture of him, baby, in a Twins uniform.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in 1990 or 1986 or whenever he was born. Pat Mahomes and his wife on the field with baby Pat Mahomes, sitting there. Pretty cool. But that's why I kind of was for the Chiefs. I liked Andy Reid too. I always liked Andy Reid. I always said he was the best coach to never win a ring. So I was happy for him. All the shit he went through a few years ago with his son, with the opioid post and all that stuff. I was happy for Andy Reid to finally win a ring.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And plus, I'm a Saints fan, and I remember back in the 80s, 90s when the Saints and the Niners were in the same division, because the Saints used to be in the NFC West when there were 3 divisions in each conference, and the Saints were in the NFC West with the Niners for all those years. And the Niners used to kick our ass. So, F the Niners. That's all I have to say. F the Niners.
Yeah.
I don't like the Niners. Although I got the utmost respect for Montana and Jerry Rice, John Taylor and Roger Craig, Bill Walsh, all those guys. I got the utmost respect for what they did in the 80s. But screw them. I'm glad they lost. I'm glad the Chiefs won.
Definitely. Did you see that Aaron Boone tweeted out the correct score?
Yeah. That was crazy.
Yeah, I can't believe that.
Yeah.
It was funny. All bunch of Yankees fans were going under the tweet after the game, you predicted World Series next, Yankees.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. He's like a Nostradamus or whatever.
Yeah. It was funny too because I was in a thing for if you retweeted and tweeted out the score of the game, correct score and everything, you win free it was from FF Mercs, from Fantasy Football Merc.
Oh yeah, I did the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and I tweeted out Chiefs 31-27.
Oh,
close. I missed my touchdown.
Yeah, I think I did 34-28 or something like that.
Yeah, I had the Chiefs.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was 31-27. Not only that too, I had money on the over, which was 52.5. And I'm like, all right, San Francisco needs 2 scores. They have 1:12 left to come down the field. They have to either score a touchdown with a 2-point conversion or kick a field goal. Yeah. So I thought if they had a big play, they'd kick a field goal, onside kick, and then try to. And even that field goal would have gotten me the over.
Yeah.
But no, I have to throw the pick.
Damn.
I killed my over.
That's a bad beat.
Damn it.
That sucks.
Yeah, I was like, if they could have just, if they could have just made a kick to field goal, it would have been 54. I would have been all set. But no. Like I parlay.
That was an easy bet for Joey there. The one with if they're gonna twerk in that at the halftime show.
Oh yeah,
that was like, yeah, you have to take that. Like, come on.
Oh yeah, was it two of them?
Yeah.
You know what's funny too? I found out yesterday was my birthday.
Oh yeah, happy birthday! I didn't know that.
Thank you. But it's also Shakira's birthday.
Oh really?
Yeah, I found that out yesterday. Someone was asking, like, oh yeah, J-Lo's 50 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, and someone at the party, like last night, I was down at my aunt's house in New Jersey, but someone was like, oh yeah, how old is Shakira? And I looked it up. Sure enough, I'm 4 years older. She was born on February 2nd. I was like, wow, birthday. Nice. I share a birthday with Shakira. I was like, all right, that works.
Yeah.
Yeah, Groundhog Day. I didn't see my shadow, so early spring. I think the Twins obviously they're the favorite to win the AL Central. So they're going to get the top 3 seed. And I honestly think they have a chance to get a top 2 seed.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even the top seed. I mean, considering the division, the Yankees are a great team. And they got Cole this year. So, it's, But also, let's remember that you can't expect seasons from LeMahieu and Urshela like you did last year.
Mm-hmm.
So if they take a step up, but if Stanton's back healthy, then you get that. Judge, same thing, whole season. What is Gardner going to do? Who are you playing in center field? Is it Tauchman? Are you playing Brett Gardner in center field at 36 years old? I
probably do Tauchman right now.
Going to be healthy ever? What is Stanton behind the plate?
I still scratch my head at why we even extended Hicks for 7 years. Like that was stupid.
It's $10 million a year. That's nothing. And Hicks, when he plays, is an asset. Yeah. He's an on-base guy. He's got some pop. He's a switch hitter. He's an excellent center fielder defensively. It was a good signing at the time. Mm-hmm. But believe me, trust me, we traded him to you guys for John Ryan Murphy. So you got him in the first place. John Ryan Murphy was garbage. But I always liked Aaron Hicks. Dude just can't stay healthy.
No.
He just can't. He's got too many, and he's pushing 30 now, and it's just going to get worse. You got to look at Hicks. Like, if you can get 100 games out of Hicks in center field, that's a good deal.
Yeah.
If he could put up a 2 WAR, even 3, well, you're making money then.
Yeah. I hope he can stay healthy this year. Like, once he's back.
It's definitely a better signing than Ellsbury.
Well, Jesus.
You're paying him. How much you paying him this year? $21 million. Dude.
You got to be able to at least get rid of him, even though you still have to pay him.
This is the thing. The Yankees made the bad signings at that time. Yeah. They signed him. They signed Teixeira. Now, I like Teixeira and all, but he was not worth what they signed. Was it $24 million a year at that time? He was not worth that. First baseman? Come on. Yeah, for $24 million. You could have signed someone just as good for half that.
Yeah.
Really. CC worked out.
Yeah.
He signed him to a big deal at that time, but that worked out and he re-signed them.
Mm-hmm.
A-Rod, okay. But all that money came off the books now.
Yeah.
That's all gone. So now you can be smarter. Which they have been.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And even signing Hicks 7 years, $70 million, that's fine.
Yeah, that's not really hurting anything.
You get 3-4 years of 3 WAR out of him.
Mm-hmm.
The contract. That's fine. you can eat that. I mean, in 4 years, $10 million. That's a utility guy. If you actually have a starting center fielder that's making that, I mean, you're in good shape.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's not like you're bringing back Gardner after this year.
No.
I mean, you were bringing him back this year? Did he sign?
Oh yeah, he's coming back this year. But I think after this year, it's gonna be. Well, he has like a second-year option, but I don't know. I don't think they're gonna use it after this year.
Yeah, it all depends.
It depends on what he does, though. He still has. He could be solid still. So
yeah,
he gives you. He gives you a bat. So and his defense is phenomenal. So
yeah. Gardner's a solid player, and he's been a lifelong Yankee. I get it.
He's definitely gonna retire as a Yankee. So
yeah, I get it. That's fine.
Yeah, but
it's not our money either.
No.
You know, and Gardner's money is not taken away from signing another free agent. You know, his $8 million or whatever he's making, $10 million.
Yeah.
You know, that's not breaking the bank. So didn't stop him from signing Cole.
No.
You got, man. You know, the Yankees will be great again this year. You know, barring catastrophe.
Yeah.
I think the Red Sox will be better. They had like a high and low the past 2 years. They really did. Right. I mean, winning 8 games in 2018, whether they cheating or not, with the investigation still going on, whatever you want to say. But 108 games in a season, that's a lot, dude.
Yeah.
That's 2/3 of your games. That's a lot to win. And they fell back. And I think they fell below their talent level last year. They played above it in 18. They fell below in 2019. I think they're going to kind of hit the middle ground this year. And I can see the Red Sox winning 90 games.
Yeah.
And pushing for it. But I also see the Rays there.
Mm-hmm.
The Rays will be better. They're still not quite there.
I think they still get a wild card. Or be in the hunt at least.
I think the Red Sox will.
I could see another Rays A's wild card game.
No, I think the A's are winning that division.
Yeah, I mean, if they don't win the division, now I think they're the wild card.
Yeah, I could see the Rays or Angels.
Yeah.
Rays, Angels, Indians, Red Sox. Those 4 teams. Because I see the Yankees, Twins, and A's winning the 3 divisions.
Yeah.
So I see the Rays, Red Sox, Indians, and Angels as the 4 teams for the wild card. Throw the Astros and White Sox in there in case things break right.
Yeah.
Bad. I don't think the Rangers have a shot. I don't think the Mariners have a shot.
Definitely not.
The Royals and Tigers are garbage. I think the Blue Jays are another year or 2 away. Another couple pieces away.
Yeah.
And those are horrible. So I take those 5 teams right out of it. But the other teams got a shot. I mean, you know, if 90 wins, 90 to 93 wins is going to get you in the hunt.
Mm-hmm.
I could see Indians, Angels, Astros, Rays, Red Sox all being around that 90 win shot. They could all conceivably win 90 games, which will get them there. You know, it all depends on who wins those last few games in August, September. But I mean, who makes that move, trade deadline, blah, blah, blah. But going into the season, I could see those teams being around 90 wins.
Yeah, I agree with that. And it's going to be interesting, too, with them, what happens with Mookie Betts, too. Like, I don't know what the Red Sox are. They still have the talent without him, too, but they're definitely not as likely to win 90 games, I think, without him. So, I don't know.
Well, yeah, without Mookie Betts, I mean, we're talking about arguably the second best player in baseball, on Trout.
Yeah.
To the defense and everything. I mean, you could argue Yelich, Bellinger, Judge, even when he's healthy, but Betts is a top 5 player in the major leagues. So getting rid of him. You know, it's like I said about Cleveland. They get rid of Lindor.
Yeah.
You're talking about probably the best shortstop in baseball. Overall, I would consider Lindor the best shortstop in baseball. When you consider defense, offense, he's a switch hitter. I mean, I'd consider him the best.
Yeah.
So when you get rid of a player like that off your team, you're giving up 7-8 wins. If you look at WAR, Mookie Betts is an 8-WAR player. So you're giving up 8 wins right there.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say what you want about David Price, but he's been at least solid.
Yeah.
If you give up Betts and Price, if the Indians give up Lindor and Clevenger, it pretty much clears the road in the AL. I mean, depending on where they're traded to. But, I mean, if you figure Betts and Price go to the Dodgers and, say, Lindor and Clevenger, I mean, if they go to the Twins, they pretty much hand the division, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But
I don't think they're traded in the division. So.
Yeah, I don't know about that. But if they go, say they trade Lindor and Clevenger to Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Something like that. Like, then you get them out of the American League. And then what does the American League look like? If you have the Red Sox and the Indians without their best players, that's pretty much the Yankees, Twins, A's, Astros. I mean, it's, pretty much clear sailing during the season. As long as the Twins don't have to play the Yankees in the playoffs, But I'll tell you what, honestly, I'd like to play you guys in a 7-game series.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what happens. But
I think that would be closer than last year if that happened.
I think we'd be able to take a game or two. At least put pressure on you guys. But, dude, we got to get over that hump. That's it.
Yeah. It's been like that for the last 15 years.
Oh, it's every single year.
Or their kryptonite, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's it. But you know what? Eventually, it happens. I mean, you look at NFL. You look at the Patriots.
Yeah.
It seems like they win every year. They've been in 9 of the last 19 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
But every other year they're there. This year they got knocked out in the first round. Sooner or later, it comes back. Sooner or later, it's like, you know what? We're not scared of these guys anymore.
Right.
So, hey, you never know. It's just a matter of the Twins. Now that we got the experience last year, if we can win the division again this year, now it starts a culture.
Yeah.
There's a culture of winning. We've been there before. So that's what it takes. I mean, the Yankees are there all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they don't make the playoffs every single year, they're a winning team every year.
Yeah.
That's the culture of it. And that's the culture that other teams need to start. Like the Twins, like the A's, like the Rays. Like they need to start this winning culture that they're there every year. And, once you get into playoffs, we all know you never know what happens.
Yeah.
Lucky bounce, bad pitching performance. You never know. All of a sudden, you could be up 3-0 in ALCS.
Yeah.
And it comes down to one run here and there, but you never know. So,
yeah. I mean, just look at the Nationals last year. They were down in the wild card game, and then all of a sudden, Soto hits it to right field and it goes between Grisham's legs. So,
yeah, you never know.
So then it was a magical season for them.
Yeah, you just never know. You just got to get to the playoffs. Because after that, it's all small sample size. It's all random.
Yeah.
If you're hot, you're hot. You get a couple guys in your lineup that are hot. manager makes the right moves with the right pitcher at the right time, and it just, that's it. But it's very random in the playoffs with baseball. Look at Howie Kendrick. I mean, come on. Howie Kendrick, against the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Gets the home run, and then he gets the Astros. Like, of all people, this 36-year-old second baseman that they signed. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
It's always someone you don't expect. Man, I remember the Giants, like San Francisco Giants, won 3 World Series in 5 years.
Yeah.
Marco Scutaro came over to the Giants. I think that was the middle one. I think it was 2012.
Yeah, it sounds right.
That came over in a trade deadline. He had 355 when he came over, and like continued that like through the playoffs. And then Edgar Renteria with the big home run. I mean, just guys like you just don't. It is what it is. You have your base, but you have these guys step up. Who knows? I mean, the Yankees can say the same thing. I mean, come on, Bucky Dent. You know what I mean? Like, any team could say that. Like the Pirates in 1960. Bill Mazeroski at a home run in the bottom of the ninth to like win them the World Series. Like, really? Bill Mazeroski? Yeah, the greatest defensive second baseman in the history of baseball. But home run hitter? No. But these are the things that happen. These are the things that happen in the playoffs.
Yeah. What was that? There was that one you.
What was that?
There, we had our playoff preview show, and you said like we played like the one song that was like kind of like Remember the Name or something like that.
Oh yeah, that was My Name by I think it was Any Given Sin. Was the name of the band.
Oh yeah,
the song was My Name.
Yeah,
I think Any Given Sin was the name of the band.
Yeah, that was a good song for that, because it's like you're gonna remember these guys' names here. Like somebody's gonna break out and be like never forgotten.
Yep. Yeah, and you can go through the history of football, baseball, basketball, any of these sports, like, and you get on the big stage and you hit that shot. In basketball, you hit that shot, you score that goal. In hockey, catch that touchdown, make that pick. In football, you hit that home run. In baseball, like it's always been guys that just haven't been anything. I mean, it's funny because I was watching the pregame for the Super Bowl and Michael Strahan was talking about it. And they were talking about like unsung heroes, and Strahan was talking about David Tyree against the Patriots. Perfect season, Patriots. And Strahan was like, yeah, I always root for the guys on offense because I want to see them move. And he was talking about, and Strahan is great, but he was talking about like he's seeing Eli and he's like, damn, he's getting sacked. And all of a sudden the ball comes out. And he's like, you're throwing it to David Tyree. Caught 5 passes all year. Like, he was the last. And even Strahan said, he's the last guy I would have thrown it to. But he caught it and held it on his head. With Rod Harrison draped on his back. Like, and that was it. Like it's always, always seems like it's somebody you don't expect.
Yeah, I think that was the first Super Bowl I remember watching, because I was only like, what was I? I was 9 years old at that point. So
yeah,
that was when I remember the first one I remember actually like being in tune to watching it.
Yeah, that was a great game. Great game. And it was so like intense because the Patriots was so good that year.
Yeah.
And it was like, wow, this is actually like they actually have a battle here. And I know being from Jersey, I live in 15 minutes away from Giants Stadium. I know a lot of Giants fans. And I was with my buddy who was a huge Giants fan, the guy who started the Scorecrow with me.
Mm.
And I was with him. And we were watching a game, and it was just like so intense. He like cried. Like, when they won, like it was just unbelievable that the Patriots actually lost.
Oh yeah, that was me when the Eagles beat the Patriots too. I was drunk too, but
Yeah, well, you have to be. Super Bowl. That's right. I forgot you're an Eagles fan. Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was a good Super Bowl too.
Yeah. The Super Bowl has been. This Super Bowl was good too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, the Chiefs were down, and just watching them, like their defense, they stepped up, man. Because it was 20-10 in the fourth quarter. San Fran didn't score any more points.
Mm-hmm.
Shut them down. Yeah, Chiefs defense gets a lot of credit for that.
Definitely.
3 and out. It was the first 3 and out of the whole game for either side was in the fourth quarter. And the Chiefs got it done. It's big time. But, like we said, like it all comes down to just making the plays. And you never know. You never know what team, what player, what team, what's going to happen.
I know we kind of got off the Twins topic there, but
yeah. Well, there's almost just only so much to say about the Twins. I mean, like I said, I think they're going to win the division. Overall, they have the best team, especially Son Donaldson. It's a huge upgrade at defense, especially. Not even considering the offense, but defensively, I think he's going to be a huge upgrade. He's going to help Blanco at short. Moving Sano to first is a big deal. Garver all year behind the plate. And the outfield. I mean, Kepler in right, Rosario in left, Buxton in center. So Jake Cave can fill in. We're fine out there. I mean, the team is fun. Really doesn't need anything. I don't think the team as constructed right now. I think the team is fine. And I think they can win 90 to 95 games as it is now. Considering health, everyone healthy. I think they go 90 to 95 games now. Yeah. Depending on what they do with the trade deadline and what pieces they may add or what they may trade for, I don't know. And who may step up from the minor leagues, I don't know. But as it stands, I could see the Twins winning 95 games and holding off the Indians winning 90. But I can see the Twins winning the division again. I don't see that as much of an issue.
Yeah. I can see like the same thing, like whatever 95 wins, 96. Yeah, I think they'll win the division too.
The only other thing will be, let's see if they can break their record last year of home runs.
Oh, yeah. I can see that. I think they have a good chance.
No, with Donaldson there? Oh, man.
Depends on if the ball's juiced still. The ball's juiced.
Yeah. Well, the ball supposedly won't be juiced this year.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say. I still see them leading the league in home runs. Whether they break their record of 307 or not, that's to be seen. But I still see them hitting the most home runs in the league. Or they and the Yankees will be 1 and 2. The Yankees finished 1 behind us. But with a healthy Stanton and a healthy Judge, we'll see.
I think it would be the Orioles.
Yeah.
Chris Davis is going to hit 100 home runs.
All of a sudden, yeah, Chris Davis. Who goes back to 2015. It's 55. Trey Mancini all of a sudden hits like 40. Orioles are so bad.
Yeah.
They're such a bad team. Oh my God. It's funny because the Tigers finished worse than they did.
Yeah. They're both terrible.
Oh, bad. Oh, so bad. I will talk to you soon.
Yeah, see ya.
All right, dude. Later.
Later.